Just giving it a couple seconds to notify people to get on. I apologize, I'm a few minutes late. Of course, in true Victoria fashion, I unplugged by accident my computer and the whole thing shut down. So I had to start it back up and get back to where I'm at. So I'm here now, though. Hopefully everyone else will get here too. Just waiting to see, so nobody misses anything that already has their kit. We have a couple of people got there, so that way we can all make them together. Hi, Nora. Alrighty, well, I will go ahead since we're about a minute in. And I'm so excited for everyone that is joining me here. This is my first live and one of my first videos. Hi, Valerie and Lauren. So I'm excited to be here with you guys and share some Young Living products and some ways that I and Dr. Abby have kind of switched over the things that we used to use in our houses or on our bodies and what we use now. As the people that have signed up know, we are doing our household cleaner switch. We are doing a bug spray, which I'm excited about because I used this last year, or started this one last year and absolutely love it. And then what we call a roller. And the options were, hi Deb, that you could get one that is perfume, so I use it to smell good, or a seasonal allergy roller, which I've never personally used. I do believe Dr. Abby's husband Jake has and loves it, and then people that have gotten them, we've made them for, I've heard really good things about for them, helps them. That blend that's in there today also can be used in a diffuser. So I had one patient when we were talking earlier last week, she said that they diffuse it in like their room for her husband, and he like loves it. It works really well for him. So that is another option to use for that there. So we are going to go ahead. I'm sure if any of you guys are like me, you have already went through your bag and took out what was in there and kind of scoped it out. I'm way too nosy to wait, and I didn't expect anybody to either. But everybody should have a spray bottle. You should have a big one, and then your little spray bottle, and then have your roller, and then the last thing, which I forgot to figure out, it's way over here, is your sample bottle. The sample bottle is going to go with the roller here. Those go together. I wanted to kind of talk about how easy it is to make all of these. And for you guys, I kind of even made it even more simple and more easy because I wanted to just sort of save down on just like some extra things, extra costs, things like that. So what I did for you guys already was I put your thieves cleaner in the bottle. So this is the thieves cleaner. So this is a concentrated household cleaner that Thieves makes. This is a 14 fluid ounce bottle, and I do believe there are, if I remember correctly, there's 32 like capfuls, or 32, what we use is a capful of this spray bottle. So in one of these is 32 of these. So this will last you a good long while, which is really nice too, because it's just kind of like one of those things you have in the house that lasts forever. You don't have to remember to buy more, which I always do. Like for some reason, dish soap, why I can never remember whenever I'm at the store that I need to get dish soap that I'm out is beyond me, but it's one of my things. So having something like this in the house that lasts forever and I don't have to remember to get it all the time is great. All you need to do, and I also forgot my water I was going to show you, is basically with this one, all you have to do is fill this up with water. I probably fill it up to about here. And then that way I kind of have like a little room just to shake it and mix it up. You'll see that it'll turn like a slight ambery color, and you're good to go. You can use this on all surfaces in your home. I use it for all my countertops. I use it for cleaning the sink. I use it in my bathroom. All surfaces basically. We do have in the office a list, so if anybody wants it, you just have to shoot a message and ask. There are other things in the house like a Windex, window cleaner, and a few other things you can use this for, and it has like different, like maybe it have like the vinegar or something else in it like that. Other good natural household cleaners are vinegar. I know it kind of stinks and that's unfortunate, but it cleans really well. Something else I also use with the Thieves Cleaner is baking soda for tougher, maybe for like my tub or for like tougher things, you know, hard water, those kind of things, just because it gives you a little extra of that grit and kind of like that power behind like scrubbing mostly. And there's you can put a little bit of this in with baking soda and mix it up and kind of keep it. I keep it in a little mason jar in my sink, under my sink, and then that way I just pull it out when I clean. I spray the bathroom with all of this, and then I grab that out to clean on top of it that way. Moving on to our next one is going to be our bug spray. So this I started making my own last year and using. I had gotten citronella for the first time and had seen a couple recipes. There's a couple different, you know, uses and good things with this. And I just kind of I took a little bit from what I had saw on the internet and then took a little bit from the bug soother recipe with knowing that it has the vanilla in it for the gnats. So kind of like a double duty of citronella for mosquitoes, and the vanilla for gnats. So what I did was I take my bottle and I just dump in about 10 drops. And then I took my lavender and I put in 5. And then something, you guys, it's optional for you to do at home is to go ahead and add in vanilla in here, and then fill the rest up with water. Again, it's just that simple, which I just love. One of the other things I did want to talk about too is where we got the, not the oils, but like all the other things. So we have these guys here were all purchased off Amazon. I'm sure by now most people are pretty big Amazon shoppers. So for these products here, we got them all. You can get them in multiple packs. You can get them in smaller ones, and find them on there. These are all glass bottles, which are nice and amber, so that they're darker. They keep the oil safe from sunlight. But if you don't have that, like with these, even when I started out, keeping these under your sink obviously or in a cabinet is keeping them from direct sunlight. So this is okay to have like your cleaner and stuff in it too, that way. So then, yeah, you would top that off with your water, put your cap back on, and you're good to go. Any questions so far? Anybody have any questions or anything? I had a moment earlier this week while prepping for this talk that I realized I would be talking to myself and not like talking on like Zoom, you know, where there's like all the people, you can see them, that kind of thing. And I was like, oh, I'm glad I kind of thought about that before I started so I could get ready. But I just want to see if anybody has any questions or anything so far. We're going to move on to our last guy here. I don't see anything popping up, which is okay. Not a big deal. I did, again, here, I'll just show you guys too for that bug spray was, these are hard to see. Citronella. and lavender. In the bug spray, the citronella, just kind of see through, and lavender. That's what's in there. Another good thing for bug spray is lemongrass. That also works really well for mosquitoes that way. That's another good one you could add in or use. For vanilla, I just used what I had in the house, which is just like I have pure vanilla extract. I think you could use, I don't know if you could use imitation or not. I want to say you can, because when I was working at Stonecliff, we would have like vanilla and a couple other things in a basket for people outside to be able to use. And I think they had like imitation. I didn't have anyone complain whether it worked or not, but I just used, for this, not a lot, probably just like a little dash, a couple of drops. Again, I like the smell. I always think it smells good. And then put it in that way. No, so your guys' spray bottles, like what you took home, has both the citronella and the lavender in it. I put them both in there. They're both the good in that recipe for good bug use. We just didn't do the lemongrass because we didn't have any in the office. And we're afraid we wouldn't get it in time. So that's what's in the 2 oils are in there. So then moving on to the rollers here. What came with these, which I found super helpful, because when I ordered these rollers last year, they didn't come with a funnel. And I'll tell you what, I am prone to making a big mess, and I made a big mess filling these. So having these little funnels is really nice. I also did, which hopefully I probably should have checked beforehand, and I apologize, but here's your claimer now. I did fractionated coconut oil, so it's already, as you can see, it's already liquefied instead of like regular cooking or regular coconut oil in the jar that is like solid when it's cold and then turns liquid when it's warmer. This is always a liquid. I also got this off of Amazon, and I've had this for about a year, and I still have at least this much left. This stuff goes a long way, which is really nice. So making any roller, what I did, again, found that it was super nice to have this, was I pumped in well, I should start and say that I learned myself in this process that it's actually smart and maybe a better deal to put your oils in first, but because I wanted you guys to have the coconut oil already in here, because it is a little bit messier. I put in your yes, Jenna, I can post either that or send a message to our Facebook page, and I can send them to you that way. To put your oils in first, because I was sometimes putting in too much of the coconut oil and then not having enough left to put my oils in, because I wasn't paying attention to how much space the oils actually took up. So there are 2. So everybody got an option between the 2, like I said, the perfume or the seasonal one. You guys have your little sample bottle in here. If you take the lid off, it has a little rubber or plastic piece on top. One thing I have found with these, it does have like a little dropper spot in it, but it's kind of hard to get the oils out of these, in my opinion. I am not a huge fan of them. So you can just if you just pop that whole piece off, then you can take your little bottle here, and mine's not full. And then you're going to dump that into your roller. I'm going to do a smelly good one. So for me, what you're going to do, or if you were doing this at home, if you had all of these, is that you would just take your drops and you would count. And then I did 10 in these here, because they're not very big, so that is plenty. And then you would go back and fill up the rest with fractionated coconut oil. I filled that one up pretty far. I need napkins over here. Don't have any, that's okay. So then I just thought about this. You guys already had your rollers and your lids on here. Did everyone get these off? All you had to do again was just pull that off of here. And then you add your oils in, and then you just pop this guy back on and flip it over, and then you roll it on. This ball looks like it needs, there we go. I usually put these on my wrist because that's just the easiest place, and then I rub them together. And then I do also like to, I'll put it sometimes like maybe on my neck a little, because then I can smell it, which I always like. And then I have noticed that if I do that like before work or before I go into a store or something, and then there's part of it that'll get on my mask, and then the next time I wear my mask again, it smells good. So that's kind of my little fun fact with these guys here. That allergy seasonal one can again be put on like behind your ear or on the bottom of your feet to help with that. Laura, you didn't have your little sample bottle in there? Shoot, I'm so sorry. You should have had one. I made yours all up when I asked you which option you wanted. I'm so sorry. I'll have to get you that sample then the next time you come in. Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know. Hopefully it didn't just fall out. We'll have to get you, because your roller should have already had the oil in it. And then you would need the sample. So we'll get you that sample, but there, I'm so sorry. Deb, so the good question. The allergy blend, gotta get some of this coconut oil off my hands here. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty little. So add that, if it's not in there, not a big deal. I'll just get you another sample. That's, I want you to be able to have that there. So the blend for allergies is, see if I can get these all lined up so you can see them nice here. Lemon, peppermint, and lavender. I'll admit, when I first heard it, I was like, that sounds strange. But I've had enough people tell me that it works really well. And they love it. So I've had people, again, use them as rollers. They use them to diffuse. Bottoms of your feet's a good place for that. Again, I would put it probably behind, roll it on like back here. You can use it, a couple times a day. There's probably really no overuse on that one. That way. Trying to think of any other good little tips. I can't think of anything right off the top of my head, but what's everybody think so far? Has it been easy to put it all together? I know I've done it quite a few times before on my own, so I personally do think it's pretty easy, but maybe for the first time, maybe, the first time is always a learning experience. Like I said, usually end up with coconut oil all over the place because, well, it's oily. How many drops for the rollers? I did 5 of each. So each one of these, I did 5 drops. Anything more, I think, would be too strong in this small of a roller. They make these in bigger ones too, which are kind of nice because they last a lot longer. These I also think actually last quite a while. Like I said, I made a roller last fall. When did I make that? well, 2019. It would have been 2019, and it's my purse perfume, my purse roller, and I just filled it up. I just filled it up for the first time, and it wasn't even all the way out last week. So I think they last a while. I don't also use it daily, so that probably for me is kind of like why it helped last a little bit longer. But even then, I still think you'd be pretty good. I will say that I have had rollers in my purse in the past, or one in particular that leaked a little. So beware that if you're going to travel with them or carry them around, there is always the possibility that this could get all oily and leak out. I didn't think it made like a huge mess. Like it wasn't like, oh my gosh, everything in here is like all greasy. And it was just that some of it started to come out and leak. Maybe this wasn't on quite tight. So it just started a little bit by little bit come out. You can get them. Ooh, get what? Which one are you talking about, Deb? You can get them at Natural Grocers. The rollers? Anyways, just disclaimer on that one, just so you know. Can't say I didn't warn you, just in case. But I did notice that it was kind of a little oily and looked a little less full than the other day. Laura, so the perfume mixture is, oh, all the bottle. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know you could get the empty ones. I assumed you probably could find them in town, but sometimes I just get a little lazy, and when I found something on Amazon, I just go back to it. But knowing that it's local and some place at Natural Grocers is really cool, because then you can just pop in town and support them. I love them over there. They've got a good store going on. Okay, sorry, Laura, you asked what was in the perfume mixer. So what's cool about this one is, I'll be honest, I just picked my favorite, which is Stress Away. Stress Away is a blend of oils that Young Living makes that has copaiba, lime, cedarwood, vanilla, fruit extract, and lavender. So those are this kind of like a blend in here. You can also use, they have other oils too. So they have a blend called Joy that has like geranium and some of like the more florally smells. It's not my particular favorite. This one's a little bit more mild. It's not as strong, and that's why it's just kind of like my personal favorite. It's what I want to smell like. I have made in the past, they call it a unicorn roller, and it's kind of like a nice and grounding blend of oils that I like. And it is frankincense, orange, valor, oh, and Stress Away. So it has those 4 oils in it, and I like it. I do use Valor, not all the time, but every once in a while, if I'm feeling a bit more anxious than normal, if I get myself a little worked up, I like that particular blend because it's calming and it's soothing to me. And that one does smell really good too. I like that little bit of orange in there. And have had people around me after I've put it on have asked or had compliments of like, oh, that smells really good. Like, what is that smell? And I'm like, oh, that could be me. And they're like, oh yeah. So that's kind of nice to know that the people around you think you smell good. Sometimes I don't care. And sometimes I'm like, well, I don't want anyone to think you smell bad. So just trying to look. Okay, glad everyone thought it was easy. So again, all these products can be bought through Young Living. You can get smaller sizes of at least these 3 bottles. They also come in 5 milliliter, the allergy ones. These 2 you can only get in the bigger bottles, but again, they're going to last you forever. If anybody does want to get more information about ordering, or know how to kind of like, even just like the thieves cleaner, to start that in your house or anything like that, just shoot us a message through our Facebook, and we'll get back to you with like those details. I probably should have written down how much this was, but I forgot, and I'm sorry. For the bottle, and I want to say it's like $34 or $32. I hope I'm right. If I'm not, again, if you want to know, I'll let you know that way. I think if I had any other tips or tricks to tell you. Any other questions at least? Cool part is that you guys already have like part of, you got one of each, and so then you can always you have what you need to make more later if you ever want to. You can use these little bottles for a lot of things too. Like we have one in our bathroom that's like a bathroom spray, what for, that you can fill up and use. You can use them as room sprays around the house. So like ditch your Febreze and all that stuff and run around and spray. I don't want to spray citronella all over. Spray your house. I like to put some of like the cinnamon and thieves and kind of like those more warmer kind of scents. Those are my favorite, even all year round, to have, and just kind of give a good spritz around the house, and then you smell all cinnamon goodness. Very fall like. I'll enjoy these good, Valerie. I'm glad. They're good. They're fun to have. And like I said too many times already, probably, it's just so easy. Like they're not hard to do at home. Some things, Dr. Abby and I were talking, where it's like making your own shampoo, or, they can get a little bit more complicated, but these ones, just as simple as add in your get your stuff, add them in and go, which I love. So anybody that wants more cleaning recipes that we have with this, or uses for this, we have a whole sheet. I think it's actually it's in our like little cleaning cabinet back there. I can get you copies of those for sure. We have in the office, lists of things that we call it ditch and switch, or switch and ditch, whatever, that like products that we've taken in our houses and used, started with, we were using bleach or 409 or, different things like that. And what we've switched over to personal care products, household products, those kind of things. We have those. So anybody that wants them, all you got to do is ask and we can get those to you too. And where we found them, and we've kind of went with our list, like what we liked best and what was also like easy to get a hold of, which is really nice, because there's nothing worse than wanting someone telling you, switch over to this, and it's not as accessible as easily. So, that good, Nora, the allergy one. A lot of people really like it. I wish I could say personally, like it works so well. I'm very lucky and don't have allergies, so I can't, but I've heard really good things about it. And so I know it must. Do we have a recipe for body wash? I'll have to look. I don't know if we have like a personal, like a DIY one. I think I could find one or get one. I'm trying to think of what we have. Some of our stuff we went from like, sure. Yeah, Julie. Some of our stuff we did like stuff you can make, and then just stuff to buy, like go, start using this product now, stop, like it's certain companies, unfortunately, like seventh generations, like bought out by Johnson & Johnson. So they changed their ingredients. And so now it's not as safe and as natural as it used to be. But I can look and see if we have a recipe for body wash and get that to you too. Those ones, that one I think is actually pretty easy to make on your own. I do know that there's a lady local here in Dubuque. Her product's name's called Nora's Naturals, and she has a body wash and sells it throughout some places in Dubuque. I know the big one is Hy-Vee. You can get her stuff at Hy-Vee. I've used that body wash in the past and really liked it. So yeah, anybody just ask when you come in for those recipes, and I can get them to you email or however's easy, print them out, however's easiest for you guys. So we are just under a half an hour. Hope I didn't nervously talk too much and bore anybody, but I am glad everyone seems like they're loving their stuff, which is great. I can't wait to hear your first times using it and what you thought. You'll have to tell me when you come in the office. We do have a couple extra kits, so anybody that watched or is still on here that didn't get one and was like, kind of want one now, is kind of cool, ask and we will get you. get you a kit. We have, like I said, we have some stuff left over that we'd love to get into your hands and not just sit in boxes empty. So let me know. All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining me. Thank you for taking this first time experience ride with me. And I will see you guys all at some point. Thank you so much. Bye. Let's see if I can get out of here.